I was running around here doing my morning run, and I thought I stop for a second to pay a bit of attention to all these different graves around here and share with all of you. I've always been fascinated by graveyards. Who were these people? Where did they come from? How did they end up here? And especially the ones who passed away from the 19th century, such a long time ago. And what is being written on the tombstones, and what does that mean for the story that they lived? And this part of the graveyard, called Forest of Remembrance, has music in it. They have these speakers here that you may hear. This is very nice. What a memorial. I think it's actually quite healthy, which is a bit ironic, but quite healthy that to reflect on, let's just call it death, reflect on what that means and reflect on what it means ultimately not being on this planet any longer with the people who we love and our friends and families, and all the stress that we live every single day, which is becoming more and more stressful. And then one day it's all over and I'll also be put, I guess, in a grave. And what's the point of all this stress? Makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And that's why I do it. That's why I go to these graveyards and I look at their names with lots of humbleness and appreciation for who they were, even though I didn't know them. And I think about what that means for me if I'm on, or when rather, I'll be on a tombstone and then someone walks by and they look at my grave and they say, "Oh, Arnar, born in 1971. I wonder what his life has been all about." And maybe they'll find one of my videos and they'll look at that and think, "Oh, look at that. So he was traveling the world and he was trying to live his life as best as possible, and although he had many struggles, he always tried to be kind. At least what I'm trying to do, despite all the mistakes that I make." Would that be their thought process? Would that be what they were thinking about? I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's a bit fascinating. It's a strange feeling, I have to say, walking around. Now I'm actually running, as you can see. But it is, I think it's important to pause every so often and zoom out and look at life from a different perspective, a different lens, and use that as a tool to not be so stressed, because when we are stressed, we just get all foggy and can't focus clearly. So what do you think? Do you also have this perspective? Do you also walk around reflecting on life around different graveyards? I've done this in every country now. When I lived in Sweden, I used to walk down to the city that I lived in, and I walked through a graveyard, and it was really an old graveyard, kind of like this one from back in the probably not longer than back in the 19th centuries, and it was just big tombstones It's really fascinating. The same thing in Mexico. Mexico, they had like small shrines almost. I'm not sure what they're called. If you know what they're called, put a comment in the comments field. And they took up a lot of space and they made a big deal out of it. And you know, when they have a Dia de los Muertos, you know, the Day of the Dead, they celebrate their ancestors in a very honorable and good way. So that was also very fascinating. And in Japan, there was this huge graveyard in Tokyo, in part of Tokyo, that I also used to run through. It was not far away from where we lived. It was beautiful when the sakura blossomed in the spring. It was breathtaking, absolutely beautiful. And running around there, looking at the tombstones there, who also that also were quite big in size, taking up a lot of space, and then surrounded by the sakura trees with the cherry blossom was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's a different short video. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and don't stress. Bye.